Amistad Improbable by Bobby Grace. I have a woman friend here. Folks upriver mostly call her Anita. Downriver, she is Evangelina, well known and respected. She is a woman of middle years who still carries her beauty comfortably. She is intelligent, world-wise, and funny. When we are together, Anita is a combination of my girl Friday and my favorite sister, a woman of exemplary companionability for an old bachelor like me. She's one boot knife short of being the compact brown counterpart of my tall, half-Asian, bass-slinging girl buddy Nadine. Anita keeps me squared away. As a friend put it recently, Anita needs someone to tend. You need a lot of tending. Works out good all the way around. My friend is from Australia. He has a wry sense of humour. Like most women of this part of the world, Anita is an avid practitioner of jungle medicine. Whatever bump, bite, bruise, burn, or ailment a guy's got, she's got a jungle remedy. It usually involves roots and leaves and such, sometimes nuts, seeds, blossoms, or berries, and every now and then some animal or other. Papaya seeds, crocodile eggs, some kind of leaf she boils into a salve. Curativas and preventativas by the score. Drink it, chew it, rub it into your joints, apply it to your fingernails, tie it to the bottom of your foot. Sometimes I think she makes up maladies just so she can tend to them. Your fingernails look a little bit odd, Bobby. It might be Gumpala Panda. I've been working, sweetie. They're just a little bit dirty. No, you need Bangladuchalita. I make it for you. And off she goes, picking, mashing, grinding, boiling, who knows what, into some kind of concoction or other. At any point in my day, I am in danger of being whisked off to stand in a circle of gunpowder and swing a chicken over my head to cure insomnia or the infection of a jungle insect bite. Keeps a guy on his toes. We've got a rack of, well, I don't know what they are exactly. Assorted bags and bottles of tree bark, nuts, twigs, Jimmy Hoffa's testicles maybe. Freshly uprooted herbs and plants adorn every wall and joist, sharing their fragrance as they patiently prepare for their destinies of salve or tea. Some days it seems like we've got the jungle inside the wall. Anita is from Labuga, the coastal village about 9 miles or so downriver, only accessible by water. A Caribbean woman. A jungle woman. While I cannot tell her whole story, it is hers to tell. She was given in marriage when she was 13 years old. She had her first and only child at 14. Set out from her abusive husband shortly after that. Spent the next 20 years working discos and gentlemen's clubs to keep the kid fed and educated, and rose to become a capable and respected madam, running girls locally and in the cities. She met a man who took her heart, got out of the business, and spent the following 9 years fishing. About a year ago, her man left her. It broke her heart, but not her spirit. Anita is not a woman who spends much time looking in the rearview mirror. When her man walked out, she started an independent boat cleaning and varnishing business upriver, which during the season is her primary source of income, while maintaining a small grove of fruit trees from which she sells the fruits. To sell the fruits would be vende las frutas if you are contemplating a career in Latin American agribusiness or trying to pimp out some of your gay acquaintances. I am proud to be her friend. We met a little more than a year ago in a small cantina upriver called The Shack. You've heard me mention The Shack before. A small rough-and-tumble place on the water where the wanted and unwanted gather when in town. It's my favourite hangout when upriver. Boat girls, cruisers, pistoleros, gringo river rats like us from the jungle downriver, and sometimes young, startled-looking backpackers wondering if they're going to make it until the tourist launcher gets there to pick them up. I've seen 3 knives and 1 gun pulled there since last November. I only get to town once a week or so, and they don't even open until noon. If you throw in the live music, strong drinks, and the occasional brawl, you can see why it's a lively place to hang out. The Shack is where Anita and I usually hang out when we're upriver, and not at the other end of town hanging with the locals. I like hanging with Anita in the local joints, but I am a liability to her sometimes. After all, I am gringo, and the usual assumption by both gringos and locals alike when we are together is that she is my whore. Nothing could be further from the truth. A few months ago, I took a couple of rounds to the heart at the hand of a blonde cracker girl from the US. Anita was staying by herself in the town upriver where the gringos congregate around the marinas, waiting for her boyfriend to return and trying to find work as the sailboat season was drawing to a close. We were sitting together one evening after she was done working, having some beers, and shooting the breeze like we often do when we get together upriver. "You look lonely, Bobby," Anita said. When Anita uses lonely in English, she means something closer to alone. "Tu también, Bab," I said, smiling, which roughly translated means, "You too, babe." Anita is beautiful and sexy. Well, when she's not working anyway. I mean, she's still beautiful when she's working, but she's a practical lass. She tends to butch up when she is working. One time a friend called me from La Buga to tell me he spotted some guy driving my launcher. It was Anita in her work clothes. After hours, though, she becomes one of the most beautiful women I have met on the river. Her smile is brilliant and shines through her eyes. "My room runs out in 2 weeks," she told me. "I only have 3 more days of work. I owe the landlady money, and I'm tired of going back there and staring at the wall anyway." My boat, Tempest, was an extensive refit. She needed about a month's worth of cleaning. I thought for a little while, sipped some beer, thought some more. Her boyfriend would be back in a month. "Let the room go, stay with me in the Cayo for the month, and clean Tempest until your boyfriend gets back," I said. "You can stay in the Champa with me. I'll buy the food and supplies, you cook, do the woman stuff. You don't have to pay rent, and I'll pay you the normal rate for cleaning Tempest." She bought our next beer. Unusual, but not unheard of. We sat for a while, listening to the ranchero music playing in the background. "Okay, Bobby," she said after a while, "it is better to not be lonely." Anita and I have become more intimate now that we've lived together for a time. She's shared some of her history with me, even the dark parts, the mean and ugly parts. We all have them. She's got more than her share. The trust that goes along with an intimacy like that makes it hard to write a story like this. I am conscious of her desire to rise above her past. Yet, her past is what produced the beautiful woman she has become. I am conscious of her trust in me to hold her secrets in confidence. I take that seriously. I know what it costs her to share those parts of her with me. I see it in her eyes. I feel it when she quietly reaches for my hand in the dark. It is hard to outrun one's past. I know this better than most, but Anita is a determined woman, and I have little doubt that she will succeed. Anita is a woman with exceptional feminine skills she learned in the bars and clubs here and in Belize. Skills she uses on men to bend them to her will. Skills that the young girls watch and envy. This frequently makes keeping company with Anita a challenge of wits. Sometimes she gets frustrated when her wiles are ineffective with me, when she doesn't get what she wants, but sooner or later we are back to laughing. 2 adult players enjoying the game. She seems to keep most men at arm's length emotionally. Those of us she lets inside the perimeter are few, and I count myself lucky to be among them. She's seen us at our worst. Men, I mean. A closet romantic, she speaks of things like love at first sight and happily ever after. I never discourage her. What the fuck does a guy like me know about it anyway? The children here in my aldea have fallen in love with her, and she glows in their presence. Tia Anita, giver of cookies and warm hugs. A little brown dynamo of laughter and energy. In almost constant motion, in one day she gave me a haircut, swept the Champa, bleached the bow compartment of Tempest, prepared and served 3 meals, cleaned all the dishes, did the laundry, and copied the lyrics of a ranchero song she wanted me to learn. During this time, I sat in the shade, smoked weed, drank coffee, wrote a couple of paragraphs, decided they were no good, and threw them out. It can be humbling. In a few days, she'll be going back upriver to live with her returning boyfriend. I'm looking forward to returning to my solitary life, but I will miss her companionship. I'll miss her laughter, her not always patient instruction in the ways of this river, the organization she brought to my life while she was here, her novel use of my native language, talking together, holding her hand in the dark. Amistad, they call it here. Friendship. Hardly possible along this river where, as Anita puts it, women carry their pussy around in their hand. Be that as it may, my beautiful sister, thank you for carrying friendship in yours.